Welcome back again. It's the start of episode 4 now. I think we just finished.
This is episode
5. I think we just started. We just started episode 5. I've just had a look and the cat's scratching things outside. I've just had a look and we have episode 5 and 6.
It's 5 and 6, okay.
And I think there's meant to be like a special episode, but I don't remember what that was.
Under the influence of the dark presence, I wrote a horror story that is coming true. Jagger had been my editor, making sure that the unfolding story would make her more and more powerful. Some part of me had been aware enough to write my escape into the story.
Together we can create something absolutely wonderful. The lake
I've got
It does
fart
something to the
burn.
works of art creating. It makes them come true. My mom gave me this whole
I'm not farting into your tea.
You're next to it though, shit particle.
If I sent
good.
Weaver to fix this,
Like a meter away from it, or at least my anus is.
Well, we're expecting a record crowd from the neighboring counties. Naturally, we
I love these sweeping shots. It's very Twilight, to be fair.
I was about, you read my mind earlier, I was about to say it started like the first Twilight.
Yeah.
And I like that, it's neat to it.
And I think that this sums it up. It's about
Yeah, you're into the Twilight movies.
I'm into the, well, I was into the first one. I did watch the rest, so I do like the fantasy and stuff, but it got really like warm and red and
Right.
not really what I wanted from it. You know?
I see. You wanted it to stay like cold.
Yeah, cold, a bit more
sort of
serious.
small
I
town.
know it's meant to do that, I think. I haven't read
Right.
the books, but yeah, I wanted it to be a bit more tragic for a bit, whereas it glamorized it up a bit soon for me, I think.
Right. That's the problem when things
all the
get too
manuscript
big
pages were
sometimes.
gone. The FBI agent had taken them.
Oh, they're taking them
I
again.
think my tongue just took a crap in my mouth. Ugh. Oh, wait, we're in jail now? Ow.
That's why you don't get moonshine.
That about sums it up.
Nice.
How did you find them?
Oh, I
That
am
cat wants to go
never
out, doesn't he?
Drinking again.
Do you mind if I let him out?
I
You
need
go
to talk
ahead.
to Weaver. She's the
He's
one
gonna
in the
come
story,
back in
the
like
lady of the
2
library.
minutes. That's what happened last night. Literally 2
Whatever you
minutes.
say, Al, but we're stuck here. They're not
Yeah,
gonna.
he comes in.
Yeah, he just expects it, and then he jumps up on there to go out.
Hello, mate.
Well,
Come on in.
got you now.
There you go. He looks at me and then looks at the window.
All
Wait
the
the fucking
evidence,
lights.
including
Oh, it's winter, isn't it?
to murder a federal agent.
What does it mean they put on weighing winter?
It's winter coat.
Hear me in there.
Oh, I see. Yeah. Okay, that's the thing.
Agent Nightingale,
Yeah.
I want
We
to
love
talk to your
him.
superior.
Well, we all want
Ah, I
things,
thought we might
Sheriff.
want
I wanted
Yeah,
my
no, he definitely wants to go out. He will be back in 2 minutes.
Agent
I'm telling you.
Nightingale, I insist.
He doesn't understand because it's not the same as usual. There we go. What a way to
What's
start off an
wrong?
Lady,
episode.
are you stupid? It's a trick. It's an
You've been
obvious
really good at
trick.
cuddling.
I've had enough of
He
this
has
crap.
been. He has been,
I'm
yeah.
gonna trust you with this.
You're joking.
Agent Nightingale, your opinion would matter more if you were sober and if I actually believed you were here on official business.
Hey, there you go.
Whoa!
This girl knows
Get-
that shit.
Oh,
Get back in the cell,
Nightingale.
Stephen King.
He
The only
gets
way you're leaving
mentioned
this place is
in
over my
Control.
dead.
Nice.
Wait
Yeah.
a minute. I know this.
Oh, I took him there.
Never mind.
She's seen it.
Oh my god!
Light. We need light. It's the only way to fight this thing.
In my office. I've got your things there. Follow me.
Wait,
Oh man, we're sitting ducks with the lights out.
Stay cool.
Straight up
I
just
can
giving
get
me
the
pages,
emergency
huh?
power on.
I do want to play Control more now, though.
Mm.
You know, I'll give it a go.
It is a good game. It is a really good game. Hey. Nice. I like games that bring you back to the like places that you've been and like
Yeah,
more
yeah.
context and like
Yeah, like later.
you're a changed man sort of thing, you know. And not in a way that it's just open world.
Mm.
Like it can still work, but it's not the same.
Should we do Evil Within also some point next?
Yeah.
I really am gunning to play that.
Yeah, yeah. No,
Um,
I've got both of them, so
Yeah, I went to play it the other night. I thought, oh, I'll just play it like a week ago it was, and
about a
I've
week
got
ago.
to sign out your thing, and I do
Right.
have your details in there. But I was just like, well, I'll wait.
Yeah.
case we do want to.
Yeah, because that was one of the
What do I
ones
need
that
to
I
know?
really did
What do you
want to
need from me?
go
They
for.
can be hurt in the
Because I
light.
know the first one
only
is
in
quite
the light,
linear,
and
and
I
the
need to
second one's
find
open
Cynthia
one.
Weaver.
Oh, is it?
She can
I
help
think.
me stop this.
I might have the wrong
Light.
game franchise, but I'm
Check.
sure I'm right.
Cynthia. She lives in the old decommissioned power plant. I can get
This
you there
game's
pretty
just
quickly
wanting
in the
to give
rescue
everything
chopper.
now.
Come on, let's get back to your
I like
plan.
good horror games like that. You know, I like it.
Yeah.
Wheeler, I need you to stay here.
What? No.
We're going to fetch our ride, but I have friends who need to be warned about this, and I can't be in 2 places at once. I need your help.
Well, okay.
Here's a list of people and phone numbers.
This
I need you to
game
call them
would
and tell them
be
you have a
great
message from
for
Night
a
Springs,
remaster.
Okay? They'll know what to do.
Yeah, sure.
Night Springs? Like the TV show? Gotcha. Oh, hey, that radio guy is on the list. Maine. Who's Frank Breaker? He related to you?
My dad.
Hey, is this like a secret society?
Can you do this? You'll be safe here. The backup power's on. These guys need to be alerted, just in case we don't come back.
You'll come back for me though, right?
As soon as we get the chopper ready. Thanks, Wheeler. I owe you one. Okay, let's go, Wake. Through the back.
My hangover wants
Nice.
me.
I hope
There's
nothing.
any way I can order
Through the back. Anyway, I hope nothing bad happens to her.
Yeah. She's been on our side.
Yeah. She's just doing her job. She's like, no, you're not meant
Yeah.
to shoot at him yet.
Yeah, exactly.
Oh,
No,
Whatever
arrest
took
him.
Nightingale must have broken the gate
See
controls.
what's happening.
We can't reach the gate's control box from here. We need to get to the other side over the roof.
Ah,
I'll
through
go.
the
I'll open the
rooftop.
gate for you once I'm across. You stay here in the light and,
And
cover
that,
me,
that's what I
Sheriff,
like about
okay?
games that take you back later. You're like, oh, what? We can't use that. Why is that there
Yeah,
then? Boom.
you can
that's
tell
why.
that it's
Yeah.
going to be used at some point. I want a big torch again. That guy was nice. Ooh, ooze. Ooh. Who has flares on their rooftop?
Just leave them in there.
And there's so many people going to be watching this. Like, who doesn't? Oh my god! I've got a flare on my rooftop right now. Ooh. In light, you can hurt them. Okay, that's old news, but
I mean,
okay.
yeah, you said that to start.
Great tutorial. Go on, go on, go on. There you go. I think the battery comes back a little faster in this one. Oh. 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 The bird. Oh. Ooh. Oh, God.
Oh, God.
Oh, God.
You have a reference from
Guardian. Already took half of my health. Almost. Oh, God. How am I meant to jump? For my love, jump in and feel my touch. There we go. Oh.
Hey,
Okay.
Sheriff, your password. Night Springs? What's that all about?
It's a stupid joke we have. That Bright Falls is the original inspiration for the TV show. This town can get weird at times. Never
Night
this
Springs,
weird, though.
Bright Falls. It's like opposite.
You need to bypass the damaged control box.
What am I, an electrician? Hold on.
Does
it.
it?
You're a writer. God damn it.
Yeah.
Smarts.
Good job, Wake. Okay, stick close. Our first stop is the town hall. The keys to the chopper are there.
What's that, Harry? What's up?
A couple weeks ago, you know, we was talking about writing, and I've always done set of writing tools. Because if I write it, I want to do it properly. I'll give it to 10 years. Yeah, 20 years.
Who are you, George R. R. Martin? Hey, it's nice to have someone help.
I like George though. You know when they were talking about his work and stuff, and it's just like a big fuck you to those people. Oh, it's just like, yeah, I like this guy.
Yeah, he's chill, man. He says that video games are just from writing his book.
He's us.
He's us, basically. He's just chilling along, just minding his own business. When really, he should be doing things.
Should be.
I've always got the paranoia that I've not started recording. I keep looking back, just being like, what, am I? Am I doing the thing?
Look out!
Oh my.
What the
Oh dear.
hell?
Get it? Oh dear.
Yes, yes, yes.
I'm funny. Oh!
Oh, I've got a combo.
Yeah.
Oh, you did shoot him for a car near enough. No, that's quite good. I'm so glad she said.
Right? She's doing a great job. I did tell her that she needed a light bulb. She's not really doing it.
Right there.
She's not doing much though. Yeah. I must say this is a good bit of empowerment. Just like shotguns, teammate for once in the game.
Yeah.
Over here, Wake.
I think
The
I
chopper's in
did
the
an
other
essay on
direction.
AlanWake at one point.
Yeah?
Yeah. I'm trying to remember when. It wasn't for my dissertation, it was just what was it though? What was the dissertation about? I don't know. Hey, a flare gun. We haven't had one of them in ages. So tell us about your story, Harry. Okay.
No, I just, I don't. I mean, I would love to.
So, I mean, there is a thing where if you tell people about it, you're not going to do it. And I have that problem. Because you get the same dopamine from telling people. But also, if you just don't want to...
I don't mind talking about it, but the thing is, I have so many, again, George R. Martin things. I don't know how I want to specifically go, which is why I feel like I haven't started writing. So it's going to be, there's a few stories I want to do, but the main one is going to be a more cliche type, dark fantasy type thing.
Yeah.
And in a world, I want it in a world, it's like,
In a world.
like a Berserk or Skyrim type thing, that's the norm. Maybe not so much Berserk because you know magic.
Okay, nice.
I'm unsure on the setting because there's so many positives and negatives to depending on where you set something that help benefit a story.
Yeah.
And I come across things where I'm like, okay, that doing it in that sort of time is great for no technology, things like that. It's great. You can make it kind of raw. And it's good for storytelling because people find stuff out only when they're told or they see something. You can create a great a story with that. You have a bit more control over it. Whereas I feel like if you do something a bit more modern, it's like, okay, well, you could argue someone will see this, someone will see this, or you could use it to your advantage also, still like someone on the camera or whatever. But I want it down in that era too because I like the idea of the fantasy side of things. I don't want it too realistic. I want something where you can go with your mind.
Yeah.
I'm gonna want explanations,
And
For example, what the hell happened to Rose? She's seriously messed up now.
The same thing I think happened to me
the whole
after I ran.
background love story thing there to progress with the main thing, which is a cliche, but I think it's one that works that we can all relate to.
Yeah.
I wanted a main guy and a main girl, and I'm debating on whether So, this is where I go mad with it. There would be. It almost how Star Wars did it. You do your 3 films, and then it's like, well, we could do a prequel to that on how this character come about, sort of thing, right? Or certain characters. So I was thinking about making the first lot I do about the female lead, which I wanted to do for a long time. I go to and from as a man, I can't help but relate to things a bit more stereotypically as a man sometimes. So I'd find that easier. But there's a lot of things that men and women have, which we've spoke about, that aren't that different. And we've uncovered this many a time. We all go through the same things, except for biological things.
Yeah.
Other than that, we go through a lot of the same stuff in life.
I'm so happy I've never had a period in my life.
Yeah, exactly. No,
Oof.
right though. Like I look at how women can be sometimes, and I'm like, brother, that just seems like if I had to go and work every 4 weeks or whenever it is, every 4 weeks, knowing that that's happening, and I could be in pain. Sometimes you are, sometimes you are. I think you could be in pain.
Yeah, it depends on the person.
I would have lost customers at time ago. Yeah, like things like that. Not necessarily like that. Like, oh yeah, she's on a period. But I mean, like, you know, like I don't want to sit there and say awareness because again, I don't want to get in PC. I want to do it because I love a strong female lead. I love Dark Angel. I love Buffy.
Yeah.
Yeah. No one cared then. Now you do a strong female lead and it's like, oh, you're being politically correct. Fuck off, am I? And you know how I am about the political correct stuff as well because I don't like it either.
It's
not a lot of it, some of it.
If it's for the sake of just doing it for political correctness, there's double sides to it. Because, like, sure, like, be politically correct in the facts that don't make your whole story being sexist and racist and blah blah blah. But also, if you're doing it just for that, then
you can normally tell.
You can tell. Yeah.
You know, sometimes it does take away from story. Like just having someone who is sexist or something like that in a game, or in a film. It's like if I have someone like that, I don't think I would. But if I had someone like that, it'd just be a character. I wouldn't write anything that's essentially sexist on behalf of the person writing it. You know, that's just stupid. But
make your character sexist, not your world building.
Yeah, like if you've got someone in there that's got some kind of egotistical way about him, who thinks he's this shit, or she, whoever it is, whoever you want. Then do it well, and do it properly, and it will be fine, you know. And that's my worry. My worry isn't how people will take it. I don't really care enough, to be fair, but I want to do it for me.
Yeah.
And put it out there.
I've not seen anything that deals with like more institutionalized sexism and racism, like the more subtle effects of it. Like I've seen things where, like in Watchmen, where black guys are beaten up for being black. I've not seen like the more subtle sides of that.
See, that's what I believe more.
Like, well, as in I've seen it. As in, there's been media. Is that guy okay?
But I like when I talk about these things, I do believe in, and I don't mean to be politically, but we will have a quick talk.
That's alright.
I believe that the reason things have gone the way they are is because of the more subtle things, not the more blatant things. Because the blatant things are few and far between, you know, and I will stand by that. Statistically, it's few and far between. But what I will say,
it's sort of the subconscious stuff.
Yes, it's the more small things. And someone treats you a certain way because of something like that. Normally, not so much as much of our generation, but it's definitely embedded there from old and previous. I do believe that.
Yeah.
But I also do believe, I'm not a total believer in saying one thing is the reason this is happening, because I'm also a believer in people being responsible for themselves, especially after a certain age, right? So, but I do believe that if you are brought up in a household around someone that has suffered from them type of things, and I will use my family as an example, the things about, this isn't racism, because white people haven't really had that. We have it more now than we did before. When I say more now, I'm saying because more people tend to get more extreme now, but the general
there's a lot of people out there that are saying like, again, like in the Watchmen series, it's like, we're oppressed now as white people.
No, we are not oppressed.
Like we're not oppressed. No,
and that's what the argument is. Is the difference is like I don't mind listening to someone be angry with me about me being white. I'll put up with it. because I've never been oppressed, right?
Yeah.
But this is my argument though as well, is that I don't believe that black people in the Western world are oppressed now.
Okay, someone's messed with the
I don't believe it.
Not nearly as much. There are, again, very subtle ways these days, and there's a lot of self-perpetuated.
Yeah, but that's what I'm saying. So you
racism
see,
as well.
you see, and I agree. I can agree with them type of things. And but my point is that if you been brought up in a household where people from the generations before have been made to believe or treated a certain way, it's going to have an effect in the household. Imagine you did go out or was treated a certain way. When you go home and you try and have a family and you have kids in a world, you live in a world or a culture that particularly doesn't like you. Although I don't believe everybody didn't, but I'm saying just generally speaking, you'll feel like that.
Yeah.
And it will have, it will affect the mindset of anyone that you give birth to or bring up, and that's the result of it. And I'm not saying that like my point was the statistic of saying that these big things that happen like shootings and things like that they're few and far between. They're still not okay. They're few and far between. Yeah. But the problem is also the other things, like you said, the subconscious things, the things that have happened before that are still happening now. How do you solve that?
Oh, Jesus. Oh, you don't use Jesus.
Well, we're getting there for sure. But you just treat people as an individual, man.
Yeah,
really fine,
and it's a lot of parents like talking to their kids as well. It's like, hey, you're going to be treated like this. The world is like this. You're like, white people are trash. They're going to hate you and stuff. That then perpetuates hate of anyone that's different, and it's both sides. Like, it's
both sides, of course. But I understand why it's more one side than the other. That's what I'm saying.
And they do need them talks with their kids, because that is, to a point, the way that the world has been.
And it's also partly because we did it. When I say we though, I don't see myself as one of those people as a white man. Do you know what I'm saying? I don't see myself as that. I'm not on that
Asian,
side.
Harry.
Yeah, I'm not on that side of like, oh, you're white or I'm white. I'm like, no, like, if someone said, your people, I'm like, they ain't my people. My people are my friends and my family.
My people are trash. My people are trash.
Saying, though? Like, it's like, that ain't my people. Well, because I'm white, they're all white people, my people. I ain't defending them. Like, I'm not defending anyone, I defend the people I know, you know, but anyway.
Yeah.
It just comes down to that, but that's what I'm saying. We did for a long time when I was watching, what's his name? This lad from the 70s, whatever, and he was talking about the history and how we teach the history of like certain cultures and things, and how we get it wrong, which he's probably right.
Yeah.
Or how we got it wrong, and it's like, well, you have to change up your educational system, which I believe they have, or definitely in recent years done. I remember this old white lady saying, I'm worried about the violence, and it's like, no, because there shouldn't be violence. But the problem is there was violence very much one way for a long time to a certain amount of people by a certain amount of people, right?
Yeah, I mean, there's still lynchings to this day.
There is
all sorts of countries.
Yeah, one of them was, that's what I'm saying,
there's lynchings in Africa by black people. Towards black people.
Oh yeah, exactly. No, there's many problems still.
Yeah.
There is many problems. But that's what I'm saying. You know what it all comes down to is just people. There's idiots everywhere.
Oh yeah, that's what I say. No matter who you are, you've got an asshole.
You've got an asshole. And unfortunately, he was just someone who's thinking. I'm not going to say this unfortunately. It annoys me, but white people just were really big arsehole first. And again, I'm not saying that all were.
Yeah, they had the power.
If you look at a lot of them had the power, and I do believe it was more powerful people that were, but.
I've got the power of asshole.
I'm also very ignorant because I know some history, not all history. So I learn things every day. I see something the other day someone was talking about on YouTube, so I was like, okay, well, I'll go look it up. And in the 1800s there was a British crusade that went against slavery.
Yeah.
Which was something which I don't know if it did much at the time or not. I haven't looked into it properly, but I'll look into it.
Well, we eventually abolished slavery, even though there is still slavery in the world. Where'd Barry go? He came in. Oh, no.
The thing is, I'll go back to my storytelling back. Evil is evil. Bad people are bad people. I mean, bad people can learn. People make mistakes. But there's a difference between people doing things and making mistakes and doing things because they're just evilly inherited evil. Like
Yeah,
bad people,
yeah.
You know? So, and I believe that
When
majority
it
of people,
comes to like tradition, air quotes, it's like, oh well, we've always done it like this, so we're just going to carry on.
tradition is can be lazy. Some tradition
Yeah.
is good, but tradition
it's
can be an
something to
excuse
fall
not
back
to
on.
change. Yeah,
Yeah.
it's
Make it through the
comfortable.
bookstore.
Exactly,
Wheeler
it's
should be
always
waiting
good.
for us in the backyard.
Oh, no.
But that is kind of weird.
Oh, hi, Doc.
Seeing this man
I've got
thing,
it.
you know.
Don't
But yeah,
worry
like
about it.
I do want to put things, similar things like this in my story, maybe not as much in terms of races. You know, like how the I'm a wood elf and the Khajiits really don't like me. They're like get away from
Got
me.
a point with
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like little things like that. I
Yeah,
want to
well,
put
it
in
makes your story more grounded.
there. Yeah.
Sadly enough, there's been enough racism in the world that people can
will
relate to
understand
that.
it, Yeah.
Yeah.
But it's like I'm not gonna.
It's a
I
nice
want
little
it to
shot.
be more. I want these subtleties with certain things, but I want it to be empowering. Still, I want people. Like I want the main lead, the female,
Yeah.
is going to be. I don't want to sit there and say like the key, talking about keys, the key to lock the door.
Yeah.
But
Are you objectifying that woman, Harry?
yeah, she's going to be essentially. She's going to play an important part of something.
Yeah.
And so is the guy.
Yeah. Are
Right.
they going to be called Adam and Eve, Harry?
It's not an Adam and Eve thing, although that was the more generic thing that I'd come to when I first started writing it. But I want it a little bit more,
Right now, I'm not a big fan of my own writing.
a little bit more than that.
Funny.
I want it a little bit more than that. But the
Yeah.
prequels are going to be
I don't see Barry.
by the time
Oh.
there's female lead, because essentially it's going to be a fantasy world with the love in the background and quite tragic and all this. I love
Okay.
all that sort of stuff. The prequel would have him with his story, because by the time you watch this film and you're starting off and you're learning about her, he's already going to have somewhat of a history or background with
Right.
previous things,
Yeah.
right? So that would be more her story.
Yeah.
And then by the end of the story of his story, as it ends, and it would go into hers, would be kind of when they meet.
I see.
And it'd be more of a beautiful, innocent thing. 'Cause I like that.
Last of Us 2.
What's that? With what?
Where they change over character. Spoilers.
Not,
No, I'm kidding. I'm kidding, man.
No, because you know what? I'm going to have them make mistakes and I'm going to have them do stuff. But the intent, and then we talk about this a lot, is how you do things and intent and what we
Yeah,
and
absolutely.
with the information you have at the time also.
Yeah.
You know, ignorance, we're all ignorant to something.
Yeah.
And I want to incorporate. It's going to be such a complicated thing.
I've been listening to the podcast, The Villain Was Right, and they were talking about Toy Story 2, and they were saying how Prospector Pete and the owl, I think, the guy that...
Oh, Al's Toy Barn.
yeah, the guy that tries to steal Woody, apart from stealing Woody, he did nothing wrong. He didn't know that the toys were alive, you know, so like... selling off the toys and like collecting the toys and all of that, it's completely fine. You're allowed to do that.
Yeah, no, I think, but I felt like the problem was just that he tried to steal him. That was why he
that was the
dick.
bit that contextualizes all of his other parts.
Oh yeah, that's what makes him seem like
Yeah.
a bad guy.
Yeah, so
A
that
bad guy.
everything else that he does, you hate him for.
Yeah,
It's like,
it's-
he did this thing. He owns a toy barn. What a... Like, that was something that was apparently disgusting to the toys, was that he owns a toy shop. I was like, that is literally your womb.
Yeah, yeah.
That is where you were born.
I think the thing with that though is that it's every toy's fear that they never leave that.
I guess.
Do you see what I mean?
I mean, yeah, they went into the philosophy of like, maybe not philosophy, but
The idea.
the psychology of like, is their ultimate goal to be loved? And as long as their child is happy, that's fine. If they're not being played with, is that a problem? Or like, yeah, what is their goal?
It's a bit of both, I would say.
Yeah.
And then again, it depends
And-
on the toy about making this proper.
I think that's what Toy Story 4 went into a little bit more.
Yeah.
Where they were like, oh, not all toys need to be played with all the time. I'm just going to let her use her ammo.
I think it just depends on who. Doesn't it?
Yeah.
I also wanted the whole, there's going to be quite a bit of a villain, a crafty villain.
Yeah.
Whereas with what's going on with that villain, there is the actual villain. You know, background the whole time throughout all of them, you know.
Right.
And then the last
Spoilers.
sort of stories or structures would just be focused on trying to sort out him. And it's a very cliche thing, but it's the context of how it is. Very good. But yeah, I'm not a writer. I'm not really wrote anything apart from trying to summarise the structure of that. 10 years, but that's how many times.
Yeah.
But we'll see. I want it to be epic. I want power scaling, by the way, getting some more generic fun stuff.
Yeah.
You know, I want it to. There is going to be people that don't need it, and there's going to be people like the main female and the main male in the first
If
part.
you make an overpowered character,
You don't need it. You don't need it.
yeah,
Not
basically,
too
or
early.
you give them some sort of drawback that makes it so they can't. Like, think of All Might.
Well, yes.
Like,
So he's almost perfect and he's not perfect.
Yeah.
That's what I'm going to have. I'm going to have someone that seems like that, and, you know?
Yeah. Again, participate at some point. Yeah, mine's gonna have power scaling in the bad guys mostly. Oh well, I don't technically have like any particular bad
Okay,
guys.
it's open. Let's go, Wake.
Just characters that do bad things. But they have their reasons for it.
Yeah.
We keep them lit all night long on the night before Earfest.
Well, the bad guy, which is the first bad guy, who's going to be a bit of a problem. He's going to be like that. He's going to be a bit more justified. Like, not justified, because you could say Hitler was justified. He's, you know, you don't go that far. But I'm saying,
Yeah.
because the person is going to try and, you know, do a similar thing, not kill everyone like that, but take over, you know.
Yeah,
no way
he's not
But
going to think that
give it
he's
a story.
wrong. Like,
Yeah,
he
he's not
doesn't
going to think he's
he
wrong.
doesn't know
And
that
what
he's a
happens
villain.
is a bit horrible, again, cliche. But the other person, I'm just going to have as a complete psycho, like, no, I'm most powerful, therefore in nature I win type.
Yeah.
Raul, obsessive,
Yeah.
you know, Voldemort type, you know.
My bad guy is going to be obsessive, and that's like basically it. Is that she's just going to be obsessed with trying to get the good guy.
Yeah.
Like, because they've caused her a lot of trouble.
Yeah. I do want a lot of death as
Can
well.
they?
And I mean proper, I mean actual violent death, not just tragic death. Like, I don't really want it for kids. But the thing,
Yeah.
what do you do with that? So,
Oh, we've been going for like half an hour, by the way.
it's a long episode.
Yeah. So yeah, just wrap it up. You don't want it for kids.
Yeah, pretty much.
That wasn't a like, hey, wrap it up, stop. You know, that was just a. Let's get to a stopping point, and we can carry on
It's
talking
okay.
afterwards.
Yeah, no, that's why I stopped. Yeah, like, we can just end the episode and then crack on.
Okie dokie. All right. Here we go. Goodbye. Love
Safe.
you all, and drive safe.